Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 18th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody had a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because that's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm system here across the central and eastern U.S. Here is Hurricane Erik. Continue to move on in toward the Mexican coast and continue to move inland over Mexico sooner. Should be on Thursday and to Friday. Got more scattered activity over the Caribbean Sea, a little bit across the Yucatan Peninsula, also across South America, a little bit around the Leeward Islands, also around Puerto Rico, also over toward the Haiti and Dominican Republic, Cuba region, also the MDR region, a little bit in the Atlantic, and also got a cluster of showers and storms in the Eastern Pacific, stretching from Erik all the way back toward the Hawaiian chain island. And got scattered to numerous shower and thunderstorm activity from North Dakota over through portions of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, also Michigan, down into Illinois and Ohio. Then again from portions of Tennessee back into Georgia, all the way into Louisiana, a little bit in upstate South Carolina, then across Florida, also across portions of the Mid-Atlantic region, excuse me, up toward the DC and Delaware region as well, and also a little bit up toward Newfoundland and also into New Brunswick. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, see videos, and let's continue getting the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we're going to start off with your Thursday forecast now. You can see we got some thunderstorms and showers from portion of New Brunswick to Maine to Toronto, Ottawa, Canada, to Lake Erie, to Lake Superior, to Michigan, to Wisconsin, to Minnesota, to South and North Dakota, to Iowa, to Nebraska, Montana, to Idaho, to Oregon, portion of Nevada, also California, New Mexico, down in West Texas, central and eastern Texas, across the portion of the Gulf, Atlantic coastal water, through Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, all the way up back into Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine region, and New York State, Ohio, to Indiana, Illinois, Missouri. Got some critical fire weather possible over here in portion of Nevada, also in the portion of Utah region as well, northwestern Arizona. Some severe weather from North Carolina to portion of Maine, including New York to New Jersey to DC to Delaware, Virginia regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. And we can't forget about this little bit of mixed precipitation and shower activity from Washington, Oregon, and northern and central California regions as well for your Thursday. Alright, let's take a look at your Friday forecast. You can see we've got a lot of mixed precipitation in Washington, Oregon, Northern California, Nevada, Idaho, and portion of Montana. Thunderstorms and showers for western Oregon and Washington State, Pacific Ocean, Northwest California, to Washington, to Montana, to Wyoming, to the Dakotas, to Iowa. A little bit of scattered activity across southern South Dakota, Nebraska, then to Colorado, New Mexico. Also northeastern Mexico to Texas, the portion of northern central Gulf, to Arkansas, to Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, portion of North Carolina, the Outer Banks of North Carolina as well, and also the Atlantic coastal waters. More thunderstorms and showers from Iowa to Michigan, to Lake Superior, Lake Erie, to New York State, to Vermont, also to Maine, also the portion of New Brunswick, up here around Ottawa and Toronto, Canada region as well. Also, we got some severe weather from North Dakota, portion of South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Michigan regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map you're locating across the nation. And it's going to look something like this here. As you can see here, we got heat advisories up here in portions of Connecticut, also Boston area, and also the Massachusetts region, up towards southern portions of New Hampshire, also eastern New York State. Even got a little bit up here around the New Jersey, Delaware, eastern Pennsylvania region. Also more heat advisories in portions of Nebraska to portions of Colorado, western Texas, a couple counties here in New Mexico, and also into portions of California. We got some flash flood warnings and flood advisories and flood warnings in effect for New York State. Also down in the portions of Pennsylvania, got some special weather statements and severe thunderstorm warnings there as well. Also, we got more severe thunderstorm warnings and watches for portions of North Texas, Oklahoma, also in the portion of Ohio, eastern and southeastern Michigan, northern portion of Kentucky. Got tornado watches also in effect for portion of Indiana, Also in the portions of Kentucky. Wind advisory there as well for Indiana, Illinois, Southern Illinois, and southeastern Missouri. Excuse me. Also, we got some excessive heat watches in effect for a portion of much of Minnesota, all of Iowa, portion of southeastern North Dakota, eastern South Dakota, portion of Nebraska. Also, we still got the river flood warning for you guys in Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and the portion of Mississippi, Louisiana, East Texas. Also, we got some flash flood warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings for portions of Alabama. And then we got excessive heat warning for Southern California and also southern portion of Arizona. Special weather statements and fire weather watches in effect for you guys here in areas of Arizona. Also, portion of New Mexico, Colorado. Red flag warnings there as well, stretching into Utah and Nevada. Portion of California region also. Red flag warnings also in portion of Washington State. We have a winter storm warning for a couple of counties in Montana and some hydro issues there as well. Alright, small craft advisory, gale warning for up here around the Boston area. Then again around the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Then again from Southern California up to Oregon State. Southern Central and Southern Hawaii and Chain Island as well. And also around the Alaska regions. Inland area we have some red flag warnings and some flood watches in effect to the north in Alaska. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center Outlook. This is for your Thursday. We got a marginal risk from portion of Maine all the way down to Wilmington, North Carolina, to Columbia, South Carolina, Columbus, Georgia, to Greenville, Mississippi, Little Rock, Arkansas. And then again from portion of Colorado to Colby to McCook, all the way to Chicago, to Marquette, to Duluth, to Bismarck, all the way to Great Falls and Billings, Montana. Then a slight risk from Charlotte to Raleigh to Washington, D.C., all the way up to Burlington, New York, Burlington, Vermont, and portion of Albany, New York, and Burlington, Vermont. Alright, general thunderstorms elsewhere from portion of Montana to Boise, Idaho, to La Crosse, Texas, to El Paso, La Crosse, New Mexico, to El Paso, Texas, Also down to Brownsville, Texas, also into Jackson, Mississippi, down toward Miami, Florida, up to Detroit, Michigan. Tornado probability looks like this. 2% from Richmond, Virginia, all the way to Burlington, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. You're included. Damaging winds look like this. We have 5% from Greenville, Mississippi to Maine, 15% from Charlotte to Burlington, 5% from Colby to Bismarck to Billings to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Chicago, Illinois, and also large hail looks like this, 5%, pretty much over North Dakota to Nebraska to and Kansas, and also a portion of Minnesota and Wisconsin, from Charlotte all the way up to Maine. And let's take a look at day number 3, and it's going to look something like this. Okay, general thunderstorms out here around Portland to Eugene to Medford, Oregon, to portions north of Boise, Idaho, to El Paso, Texas. Then again from Brownsville to Tampa, to Miami, to Columbia, to Raleigh and Charlotte, and also to Wilmington. And then over to Burlington, Vermont, to Watertown, to Fort Wayne. And then here's that marginal risk from Great Falls to Butte, all the way to Pierre, all the way to area of Milwaukee. Then from Bismarck all the way to Green Bay, to Minneapolis, also Marquette, Michigan as well, Duluth you included. Probability looks like this: 5% in the brown, 15% in yellow, and the yellow slashed area, that's the significant severe weather looks to occur in that vicinity. Alright, rainfall totals over the next 7 days. You can see the model sniffing out something coming across Mexico that looks like Erik. It gets caught into a portion of Arizona and then kind of moving on off into Nebraska, also into portions of Michigan, Wisconsin, also into portions of southeast Maine. Kind of goes around the high pressure ridge that's located over the southeast. This here just pretty much just dual to maybe a cold front stalling in this vicinity through the next 7 days across the southeast, with maybe anywhere from a tenth to maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain in pockets across the south and southeastern U.S. Heavy precipitation over across South Canada as well. Southwestern U.S. looks dry with no precipitation expected. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. We'll catch you back in the next ones. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got.